Hey everyone, this is my flip through of my Trashy style junk journal. I was inspired by Anna's Chateau on YouTube, and I can leave a link to her channel or even one of her specific trashy junk journal videos in the description. This is going to be in my Etsy shop once this video is put up. It will be available for purchase. So yeah, I just really hope that this can go to someone who loves it and will use it, and you can do art in here, you can write in it, you can collect things, just so many opportunities to use this fun journal for. So here's the cover. This is my closure. It has little kitties on it. It's like a pretty purple ribbon with cats. I just thought it was adorable. I got that from a swap from someone, I believe. And then I put this pretty lace edging, and I did sewing. I did some crazy fun free form style sewing on here to try to highlight some of the cats. Yeah, and then this is how it ties. It's got these fuzzy yarn strings to tie it, and it's super fun and so soft. That's another thing I wanted to mention, is this journal is kind of like a sensory style journal as well. You don't have to look at it that way, but if you're someone who likes sounds and touch and feel and textures and things, this is perfect for you. Like, for example, this, you know, has a lot of different textures and sounds, and then there's like feathers on here, and here's the little dangles. This button is kind of like a fidget toy because it keeps moving. It slides up and down. But I love the sound that the buttons make when they kind of hit together. And they're so pretty. You can see like the sparkly orange one, and then the bright pink and pretty blue and white one. I just love them. This one's got like words on it. It looks really cool. But I just thought that was adorable. So here's the back with the closure on. The cats on the back are upside down. Sadly, I don't know. I just didn't realize it until it was too late, but it's still adorable, and I don't think it takes away from the journal or anything. And I just put some cute buttons on there. So let's untie it. And actually, I don't even have to untie it really. You can just slide it off like this. Maybe. Where is it stuck on? Oh, there we go. I got it. So here is the front cover. It is a recycled Amazon mailer. So you can hear the crinkly sound that it makes. I decoupaged some tissue paper with gold foil dots on it on top, and I just think it looks so cute, and you can still see kind of like the little Amazon arrow underneath. I did sewing around the edge all the way around, as well as all these pieces I did individual sewing on. So you can see all the textures, and I love the sparkle here. And the lace and everything is so pretty. And this is a lace applique. And then I did these corners, I just hand drew them and cut them out of some gold paper. So they're not actually metal, but they kind of mimic that look. And I just thought that was really fun and gave it a little more interest. So here's the back. You can see still has some of the writing underneath from that was on the mailer, and this said recycle this mailer, like just like a box or something like that. And I thought that was cool to be able to still see some of that. Again, some feather at the bottom. So yeah, that is the cover. Now, oops, my charm came off. I don't know where it was right at this moment, but we may be able to find when we flip through. But there was this cute little candy dangling here. So let's open it up. So here is the inside. Let's put that on there. Here is the inside of the first page. This is a beautiful pocket that I made, and then this was a chocolates package, so I did some sewing at the bottom and turned it into a pocket. So I was actually going to put some more stuff in here and I haven't got to that yet, but if you purchase this there will be more goodies in here for you. But I just put some random little pieces of paper and more of that cat ribbon in there as some extras, and this kind of expands out but then stays still pretty flat, so super cool. And then here's the inside cover. This was a magazine page from a magazine that someone gifted me because they were just going to throw their magazines away, so I got a whole stack of them. I was looking through and I just thought that was so gorgeous, so I wrinkled it up before I glued it down to give it more texture and like bend, and it doesn't look as shiny that way as well. And you can see the sewing that I did through, but I feel like that adds to the trashy kind of feel and the artsy feel to it. So I just absolutely love this journal. So here's a recycled envelope we got in one of our mail things recently. And this is an embossed cute little journaling spot. And this was actually one of those produce, like the plasticky produce bags. I made a little bow out of that. It was kind of fun. So that goes in there, and then obviously that has a nice crinkle as well. This is some recycled plastic, I think from like stickers or something. So I just took this little page in there. Look how pretty, it has succulents and plants on it. This was from a 2022 planner, but it doesn't have the year on here on this page, so you could still use this for any month, and it's like a big picture of the whole month kind of overview, so I thought that could be fun. So you can still use that. So a lot of the stuff in here I tried to use things that, you know, maybe otherwise would just go to waste or aren't usable anymore. This is a book page from an old book that I have about gardening, and I just thought it was beautiful. Then here I have a bunch of like deconstructed fake flowers, and so I just got in there and grabbed out some and just sewed it onto this recycled packaging paper. And then this was like a snippet of a random doily someone had sent me in a swap, just a chunk of it like that, so I just glued it on, and I just love how that looks. It's so beautiful, and I love how this is kind of like, you know, fidgety. You can move it and stuff. Here's something else that was sent to me in a swap or just a Happy Meal, I think. A cute map about coffee, I think, and wine and stuff. Really cool. And then this was a scrappy tab. I just cut this from, I did some random sewing because I was testing one day, and I made a tab out of that scrap piece, and I love that. This is a vintage children's book page. Love those colors. It's so bright and cheerful. This was wrapped around something in some Happy Mail or a swap that I got, and it was just supposed to be, I think, just like kind of part of the packaging of it, but I included it. It still has the staples and a little bit of ripping, but I just love the texture and, you know, the trashy feel, because that's kind of the point. These I got with a notebook that I purchased recently, but I won't use them, so I thought maybe the person who buys this journal can use them in here because they're too cute. This is a 2021 calendar, like the front of the calendar. It's the Secret Garden. So that was recycled. And then here, this is an image out of a magazine. Actually it was an advertisement, but it was like over to the side so you could cut off the words. But this was also on that same page, this word bloom. So glued it on, and I made the cutest crinkly journaling spot. There's a lot, you can write quite a bit on there. It's a large tag, but I left the edges like rough and just did some sewing, and I absolutely love this. It's my favorite part of this whole journal. That's the back of the calendar page. For some reason it was printed upside down, I guess where you like flip it up. So I thought that was kind of funny. But anything in here you can cover, you can paint, you can glue, all kinds of things. So if there's anything you don't like, you can cover it up, no problem. Here's another recycled envelope and a cool acrylic, is that acrylic? What's the word I'm looking for? I think it is. I can't think of what that stuff's called. But one of those clear type materials. I made that into a tag. You could put like washi tape samples on here or stickers or anything. That'd be really cool. You could write with Sharpie on there. Here is an old calendar page as well. And then I made this cool journal spot with some sewing around it. And some places in here I did leave the strings, but you can always cut those off if you don't like them. And then this is a cute little thing from a greeting card that I cut out. It says birthday treats and it's like sparkly cupcakes. Love those. I like to put it this way. And then this was some embossed paper someone had sent me. And it was actually a scrap that wasn't much left on it, but I had enough room just to cut a heart, so I included it. Love these strawberries. And then this was a recycled paper bag. It says Unleash here. I was trying to think. I think it was from like Sally Beauty or something like that. I've had it for a while. And then I made a tab out of the packaging of a dark chocolate bar. A magazine page that would have been thrown away. Look how beautiful. I love that. It's like glasses, different colors. Gorgeous. And then this pretty ad. I thought this lady was super pretty. I love her shirt and her hair. And this was a scrap of paper from making a card for someone. And I saw this from Treasure Books. I'm pretty sure it was the first person I saw to really make something like this. But it's a over the page decoration. So basically you could put something here, like a photo, you could write here and here, but also it's kind of like secret journaling. So when you open it up, there's a space to write, but then when you flip through the journal, you don't necessarily see it right away. So I thought that was really neat. So I just sewed around that with the duckies. Super cute. Pretty house. Little cutout and some old style writing paper. Really like that page. This was some really pretty wrapping paper that my mother-in-law wrapped one of my birthday gifts with like 2 years ago, I think, or a year ago. And I've saved it for all this time. It's got like textured kind of feel to it and pretty flamingos. I just thought the colors and stuff were so pretty. I just couldn't throw it away. You can see like the distressing kind of on here just from being folded, and there's some tape there, so love that. And I had this little word that I've just had floating around in my stash, so I glued it down. And more of that planner, some of the pages out of the old planner, obviously still usable. And then this cute little scrap of paper. I thought it folded out, but I guess not. Oh, also you can see the grid lines on the wrapping paper, which are really cool. This was again something that someone used in their packaging when they sent me something. It was just like tape, like to hold stuff and taped around it, and it's a pretty greeting card. So I did some sewing, and then this was from a gift bag. Recycled it from that, made a tab. I had the string already on there, so I really like that. And it says printed on recycled paper. So even the tab was recycled already. Did some more, oh, acetate, that's the word I was looking for. Did like a acetate clipboard style little thing here. And this was a leftover from die cutting, which I thought looked really cool. And then this really neat, like, orange fiber paper. It's like kind of got ripping and everything. Absolutely loved it. It was just perfect size to fit in there. So that's fun. Pretty printable coffee dyed paper. And this is some lined paper that it is actually from my shop. I've just had forever, so I used it, and I did some sewing around, kind of in that same pattern that Natasha from Treasure Books does, which I really like that pattern for sewing. And here is a recycled greeting card that I was given by someone, and I turned it into a journal card. And this is actually a photo album sleeve, one of those like simple cheapy style photo albums, but I turned it into a page in the journal, so it actually becomes 2 pockets, so the front and then the back. So this one has this, which was also just given to me in some random stuff one time, but it says, "Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him," Revelation 19:7. So I just thought that was super cool, maybe a little inspiration for some journaling, a prayer, or something like that. That goes in there. And more of the map, which I really like. It was recycled, I think, from maybe like a travel book or something. And then a pink glassine style bag pocket. And then I had this scrap of printable music paper for a while, so just stuck it in here, and someone sent me this beautiful handmade flower trim, and I just thought it was so pretty, so I wanted to add it in. So yeah, it's a little journal spot. I like to put this in so the flowers kind of sit at the edge like that. I think it looks really nice. More of the shipping paper. Recycled calendar page. And this is an envelope that I got recently in the mail, and I sewed some of those flowers on and made it into a pocket. So, oh yeah, and then I sewed that on the back too, so it's kind of cool. It's one of those negatives from die cutting again, so it's on there, and then I just kind of stuck this behind like that. But yeah, this is a little journaling card. It just slides in there. This was a scrap of paper from a different project. This was some experimenting. This is like really thick paper, and it was me experimenting with some paintings, different things. So it almost looks like colorful wood grain on this side, which is really neat. And then this was a colorful wildflower painting that I was trying out, and yeah, I just put it in the middle so you could see the whole thing at once. I just thought it was really fun. So you could go through, it would actually be really cool to like go through and write through all this negative space there. It would look really neat, especially if you use like a white gel pen or something. But you could just leave it, you could paper clip things here or cover it, whatever you would want to do. Again, the back side looks like the wood grain. And then here, this actually was the packaging for this heart style lace trim. But it was, I ended up using it all pretty much, so I decided to make this kind of like a soft feeling tag, kind of like I was talking about the sensory thing. So it's really soft, and I just put some velvet yarn on there, and then I put this pretty tab, sparkly lace up there. Not lace, ribbon. So yeah, I just thought that was fun. You can use this string in your actual journal if you want. Just, it can easily come off of there if you want to use it for something. Here is where that goes. So this is where the paper clip was. The cute little candy. It was holding on this envelope that I made from a Mary Kay junk mail thing that I got recently. I took a page out of it, and I thought the swatches of the makeup looked really cool. So I just turned it into a simple envelope and used this scrap of paper that I've literally had for years and finally was able to use. Just some cute clouds. I love that. So these envelopes are super fun to make. I mean, I might make a tutorial, although it's pretty obvious. You just fold your paper, you know, and so that way there's, this flap is a little bit smaller than this one, and then you just sew up 2 sides or glue, and you can make envelopes out of anything that way. Wait, I think it was supposed to go that way. So I love that. Put the candy back on there. I just think that's so cute. Some shipping paper. I just glued some scraps of washi tape and some other paper scraps on there. The other side of the glassine bag with more of the note paper from the planner. I love how it still has like the rough ripped out edge on there, but if you don't like that, you can obviously take it off. This is a tag journaling spot that I made out of butter. We always buy butter, so I was about to throw it away and I was like, wait, I could turn that into something. So I made a little tag, and this was a little heart, honestly just like a scrap of paper that I had and turned into a heart and made a tag out of butter. I really like the writing style on there. I thought it was pretty. And I think it shows the date, which is pretty cool. So in the future, when this turns like vintage, it'll have the actual date, you know, around about when it was put in there. It said July something, so it's almost July now. This was, basically I have this like raffia paper ribbon that I have, and I have to cut off some pieces sometimes, and I flattened them out and glued them onto this note card, and then I embossed it, and I put a paper scrap for a tab. But I just love like the confetti kind of colorful look to that. It took a long time to do, but it was super fun, and I like how it ended up in the end. So it's just in one of those album sleeves. Another page. This one is a quote page instead of a note page. This one says, "If you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere." Vincent van Gogh. So I thought that was super cute. You can write on the other side, or you can glue that in the journal somewhere, or make something out of it for another project. This was me testing out some stamping and some inks. And then also testing out some corner punches. So this was just kind of like a tester page, but I thought it was pretty cool. You could cut up pieces out of it. You could, you know, write over it, keep it how it is, make pockets, whatever you would want to do, or just take it out if you don't like it. So, yeah, I thought it looked neat. Instead of just throwing it away. Other side of that card. This is the other side of the wrapping paper, and then I made another envelope from the Mary Kay magazine style junk mail thing. Yeah, I'm not finding my words today very well. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I love the fruits on there. I thought that pink was really pretty. And then I put another one of those handmade embossed journal cards that I did. Uh-oh. 1 second. May be safe now. My dog was barking. Sorry if she barks again. I'm gonna pause it again. Love the flamingo paper. Look how vibrant. I just think it's beautiful. More of that children's style writing paper. There are some blank pages and stuff that I didn't really add anything to, so you do have places you can add things. Other side of that glasses magazine page. Here's the other side of that paper bag. The recycled paper bag. And a little random scrap of a digital that I had, like doilies and lace on there. And a belly band of some paper scraps that I had as well. This is a really cool page. This is Harriet Beecher Stowe. And it was in some, where did I get this? I think a magazine, or it might have been sent to me, but I think I found it in a magazine. Basically, I ripped around her head, and I glued this cute little heart in her hair. I thought it was so pretty, but it's a page flip. So, oh, I know what it is. It was like from some kind of Christian, book that I got, I think when I went on National Prayer Day, possibly. I could be wrong, but I went to the courthouse in the city that I live near, and I did sit with other Christians, and we prayed and sang some songs and stuff. That was like a year or two ago, but yeah, it's a page flip, so it's kind of like secret journaling. I've been wanting to use this, so I'm happy that I finally was able to. More calendar and more recycled envelope. Just put this random journaling tag that I was sent in there. It's a fun blue color. Here's a fun paper, recycled gift paper bag thing, and I did sewing on the edge. And then this was actually pretty cool. This was sent from the vet. Whenever I took my animals to the vet, they send, like, if they need something, they'll send like reminder mail, and they sent this. They send these postcards with dogs and cats and stuff on them, and this was one that I got, and I thought it was so cute. I love the sunflowers and just so colorful, and the cute little dog. And I just covered the back with a scrap of paper, so that way you can use it as a journaling card. And the other side of the calendar page, I love the flowers and the little cherub there, it's so cute. Another piece of the crinkly trashy paper, and this is from the heart, so I thought it would be really cool. You could write something here, like really meaningful, or prayer or something. And this says thank you. It's like a stamp because it was part of the packaging of something that I got. And the other side of the book page, beautiful colors again. It's got some of the words which I really like. This is another negative with the heart die cuts. Could glue it somewhere. I just tucked it under this little ribbon here. That was a scrap of ribbon that I sewed on. And some more of the map. Shipping paper with the flower tabs again. Absolutely love these. These are pansies, maybe? Is that the word? I think it's a pansy. More of that doily glued on the back, which I love too. And then here was the packaging from a dark chocolate bar that my husband had bought from the grocery store. And when he finished it, he was going to throw it away, and I said, give me that. So I turned it into a pocket. I just kind of flattened it out, and then I put another book page in there. It's really fun. I really love that. So yeah, that's a really cool pocket idea. Paper clipped it on this book page. And then this is like a little something that someone sent me, a little tent that was really pretty. Another part of that garden book page. Another page that says make friends with plants, they are the best listeners. And back into that. And the last thing is another acrylic tag, and I just punched a hole and tied some of that soft yarn again on there, and I thought that was super pretty. And here's the back. This was another magazine page that I wrinkled